Well, my character is pivotal. Then I am the only person who knows all these characters, and because they don't know each other.
The fun element always is where you're playing a very simple character.
The reason why you've seen this face so much on television and everywhere else is because apart from very fine actors, you have to be diplomatic and smart at selling yourself.
Which I'm very good at. Yeah.
We have with us the star cast of Hankaar on Hungama Play, Sanjay, Ujjwal, Yogini, Pramod, Rajesh and Sharda. Pleasure having you guys on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And if you could just tell us briefly something about your individual characters, because these are 5 different parallel stories which are running. So if we can start with you, sir, once again, because you're one of the directors as well.
Yeah, well, my character is pivotal. Then I am the only person who knows all these characters, and because they don't know each other.
Right.
And that's why it will be easier, you know, if you just start with someone else, because if he starts with his character, so they'll be able to.
Sharda, okay, all right. Let's start with you.
That's what you call passing the ball, right?
Yeah.
Passing the passer, yeah.
I play James, okay, and in fact they took my name also. So that's the name my friends call me, James, okay. So that's my name in the story also, right?
Right.
So they took my name, right? And I play a drug peddler in the story, and that's not a uncommon character on Mumbai streets, right? I have been in Mumbai for last 10 years, so the inspiration actually does not come from any film or any film character, right? It actually comes from the people who are around us in Mumbai, right? And I have lived a lot of life in chawls and all that, right? So the inspiration actually comes from those characters. Specific about this character, that is obviously a bit twisted. He actually most of the times does not know that what he's doing, right? And irony is that he's deeply in love with a girl, right? So that makes that character interesting, sorry.
Dances with her.
Yeah.
He likes to dance with her.
Yeah, so yeah, likes to dance with her, likes to spend time with her, and actually he can go to any miles for her, right? So a twisted character like James, right, being deeply in love with a woman, right? That's what the beauty, of the character for me actually.
I mean, how he gets sucked into the entire quagmire, and
that, right?
he doesn't want to murder.
That's true for.
He doesn't want to murder, but
yes.
What does he do?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, sir? You are a kind-hearted person, apart from being interested in investing somewhere.
In real life?
In the in the web series.
Okay.
In the web series.
I assume I'm a kind-hearted
Hankaar,
person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Helps older women.
Well, the character is actually sometimes it's so funny. It's very difficult as an individual to play a very simple character. Okay. I honestly believe that, because as actors, especially an actor like me, we tend to go a little over the top. We tend to push ourselves every time. We want to do that little bit extra. We want to add the nuance. We want to add that mannerism. So when you're playing a simple character like Pradeep, which is basically a real estate guy, a very honest guy, he has these big dreams and wants to then get into construction and sort of making a building and whatever happens later. So the fun element always is where you're playing a very simple character, and what you're actually doing is like you're carving a statue from a stone and you're chipping away the unnecessary stuff, and finally what you're left with is a very simple, kind-hearted, Sida Sada Admi called Pradeep, who gets sucked in the circumstances and obviously is exploited. How, of course, you will watch the web series and come to know. And as someone mentioned earlier, I had a brief idea of what the storyline was like. I had an idea of what my character was like. I had an idea of what the other things, because I had the fantastic opportunity of working with Sanjay before, with Ravi sir before, so it was fantastic to talk to them about it. So that was my advantage, and the biggest temptation was to work with them. The biggest temptation is always to work with minds that think creatively, that want to put out a good product, that have the conviction in it, including Yogi. I forgot to mention Yogi. Yogi is also one of those guys. He goes crazy and goes dung 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 dung. And there are sometimes I can't understand him for various reasons because of obviously it's a personality thing. But having said that, you want to be on board with creative people. You want to be on board with people who want to challenge you as an actor, and you want to be on board with people like James. You want to be on board with people like Pradeep, who really push. Every time you talk to them, they're excited about it. You want to be around with people who are excited about the web series, who are so excited doing it. And I always believe when you do that, it translates onto the screen. It's the enthusiasm that does it every time, including Yogini, of course, who shouted but did not shout.
Gora Singh? What about Gora Singh?
Gora Singh, the thing was, I personally know him since ages.
Right.
We are a part, I know him before this web series.
Right.
In fact, we are a part of this group called Do I Fit, which is a group of 10 actors who are models. Totally, we've done more than 1,000 ads. Now we've lost count. And we meet up regularly. But this was the first time I got to work with him, but still not work with him because I had no scenes with him. But of course, I have tremendous respect for his talent. In fact, I have tremendous respect for everyone's talent here. I including people who've done small parts, including that guy who played Anna. So it's just the fact that that's what trips you always. And sorry, go ahead.
The reason why you've seen this face so much on television and everywhere else is because apart from very fine actors, you have to be diplomatic and smart at selling yourself. He's perfect.
Which I'm very good at. So my name is Rajesh Balwani, and please don't forget it.
Yeah, he's perfect at that, and now you know why he has done thousands of ads. All right.